Hi everyone, I'm Rafael Lazaro. I am the owner and principal of Lazaro Law Group, an employment law firm in Chicago, Illinois. Welcome to the second edition of 3 Questions in 3 Minutes. Just like I did a couple of weeks ago, I am going to attempt to give you straightforward answers to the most pressing questions that our group of lawyers and CPAs have been receiving this past week. And without further ado, here's the first question. I want to reopen my business, but my employees don't want to come back to work. What can I do? We are getting this question a lot, especially from industries where the employee salaries are low and the employee may be making more money on unemployment. Some of your employees may feel that you are taking a benefit away. Also, employees may be really scared about coming back to work, scared about taking public transportation, scared that they are going to get COVID at work, etc., etc. The answer to the question, like many of the questions I deal with, has two sides to it. There's the legal side to it, but there's also the practical side to it. If you think about it only in the strict legal sense, if the employee is not protected, and that is a very big if, the employer may take action against the employee because the employee is not showing up for work. That is still very much the law. But I say that that's a big if, because after all, we are living through a pandemic. And there may be many issues related to the ADA, the FMLA, retaliation claims, and obviously the obligations under the new Families First Coronavirus Response Act that the employer must analyze and look into before taking action. More importantly, however, there is a practical way of looking at this. What I've been telling my clients is that you need to absolutely be compassionate. The employer should avoid taking action against their employees to the extent possible. I think that will pay benefits in the end, and the goal should be to keep the talent that you have. At the end of the day, how you treat your employees will reflect on how much you will get from them and how much loyalty they have for you. Question number 2, I want to reopen my business, but how do I do this on a safe way? The short answer is that every business is different and one size definitely will not fit all. However, these are the things that I have been generally telling our clients. You absolutely should have a task force or a group of people or one person who is going to be mostly responsible for analyzing your whole workspace. Things are changing really quickly. The task force must be on top of all changes. And most importantly, the task force must have a return to work plan and should follow that plan. The work plan must ensure that your business is following the latest OSHA, CDC, and industry-specific guidelines. If you don't follow those guidelines, I assure you that that will be Exhibit A in a potential lawsuit against you. That work plan must also look at changes to your protocols and policies. We live in an entirely different world now, and your policies should reflect that. Things to consider are you going to test your employees? How are you going to respect their privacy? What changes are you going to make to your sick leave policy, your travel policy? How are you going to deal with your kitchen at work? How are you going to deal with visitors at work? Are you going to allow your employees to bring their food from home, etc., etc., etc.? But very importantly, and I can't emphasize this enough, you must enforce all changes to your policies. Otherwise, I guarantee you that that's also going to be Exhibit A in a potential lawsuit against you. And the last question for this week is, should I return my PPP? Every situation requires an individual analysis because there is, after all, potential criminal liability here. Also, things are moving really quickly in this area, but here's the latest. Days ago, the SBA issued some guidance that provides a safe harbor to anyone who borrowed less than $2 million. Those borrowers will be deemed to have made the certification to get the PPP in good faith. If you borrowed more than $2 million, however, the SBA has previously stated that you probably will be subject to review for compliance. And last but not least, the SBA has made clear that it will not pursue enforcement or referrals to other agencies if upon notification the borrower returns the full amount of the PPP. That's it. I just realized I went over for about a minute. I hope you found the extra minute to be worth it. I'll try to do my best next time to keep it to 3. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.